So today's class is on a few of the terminologies from the Buddha Nature class. Okay, so I was asked to do, I think a total of 5 of them. So, thank you, Grace of Heaven, Virtues of Master, the mercy of our grand predecessor, and all transmitters and all of you for allowing me the opportunity to speak in today's class on the terminologies. Okay, the first one is called Trikaya or Sansen. These are the 3 bodies. Okay. Trikaya? Oh, I thought it was Trikaya. Okay. Correct me if my pronunciation is wrong. Trikaya. So this is about the 3 bodies or modes of a Buddha. Okay. The Buddha comes in 3 different forms. It is called, one of them is called Dhammakaya, or still and pure body. It's not roll. Oh. Yeah. Okay, Dhammakaya. This is the unmanifested mode, and that's the supreme absolute state. This is the Buddhas in absolute heaven. They are in the Dhammakaya mode. Okay. Then we have the Sambhogakaya, or the perfect reward body. This is the heavenly mode. This is, I'm sorry. Explain Dhammakaya first.
今天师父讲是要跟我们解释一下，就是性理心法的词汇。那其中第一个就是在讲的佛的3身，就是佛的不同的这个显现。那第一个呢，就是那个开呀是那个梵语的，就是3身哈。然后第一个就是我们说法身哈，也就是 Dhammakaya。这个是佛的这个它的显现的最庄严、最神圣的，或者最佳的一个这个显示视线吧。
Okay, and they are also called synonymously sunyata or emptiness. Okay, then the Sambhogakaya or the perfect reward body is the bliss body, the bliss of enlightenment. This is for the Qi Tianxian, the temporal saints. Okay, these are people that did well, but their Buddha nature was never spiritually opened by heaven, so they can only go to the temporal heaven and become a Sambhogakaya. This is also the land of the pure land, the pure land.
Yeah, celestial heaven.
Celestial heaven, or divas.
That's between the absolute heaven, and between the physical.
The physical realm.
So it's even though, yeah, still chi. It's still in the yin and yang. You can say it's in the part of it.
那第二个叫报身哈，这报身就相当于我们如果是说它是在哪一个境界呢？就是相当在我们说的气天，也就是在你天跟这个我们这个人世间这个是不是这个之间的哈？那在这个就到在这个气天里面，通常是指的那些我们说做了很多好事，然后也有很好的这个就很有善心，可是呢，他没有机会能够得到这个大道的真传的。
Then lastly, the third body is what we call the Nirmanakaya, or the transformation body, Huasen. Okay, this is the earthly, physical realm. So Buddhas, they can channel in absolute, relative, and the earthly realm simultaneously.
那最后这个化身哈，就指的是我们说有形有相的这个，就是我们说物质的这样一个世界里面哈，那我们都知道，就是佛做一个佛，他们已经有就是大彻大悟，有这么就是可以来去自由，所以呢，他 佛可以在不同的三界里面很自由的来来往往，或者是同时出现在这个三界里面。
Okay. Then the second term is called San Sen, the Dharma of the three vehicles. Yes.
Well, just to make clear that the Sansan, right?
Yeah.
The first one,
Dharmakaya.
Dhammakaya, it's really the it's you can say the absolute, it's the absolute realm or whatever, but it's really the essence. It's you don't have to look at it in terms of realm. I mean, you could, but actually it just means it's the undefiled or whatever. No, it's the pure and still realm. I mean, no, it's also it's 极静. It's really the 极静.
Yeah, it's basically the Buddha nature.
Yeah, it's 极静.
The original
You know,
Buddha
极
nature.
年的旁 right? 一个极 right? 极极静年一个家 right? The house and then the bottom right? 一个有 right? 寂 means solitary. Still,
okay,
solitary, pure. It means pure and still. That's what it says. Pure and still body. It's really 极静. It's really to say that it is the state or the essence, our Buddha essence, our Buddha nature essence. That's the being. It's that state. But it's really indescribable. That's what we call it. That still and pure. It's really because we can't. It's because it has no form, no shape, no color. You know, we can't describe it, right? Only at the Nirmanakaya can we say, oh yeah, there's a form, there's a shape. You get it? Okay. So that's that. Okay. So in a sense, if you want to use the Christian analogy, right, like Ty brought it up, yeah, I didn't think about that, but it's the same idea. You know, the Christians often use the notion of Holy Trinity.
Yeah.
So it's the God, right? Or the Father, which is God, yeah, the Father, the Holy Spirit, and the Son. No, they say the Father, Son, and
the Holy Spirit.
But it's the same, yeah, it's different order, but that's okay. It's the 3 in 1, right? So really, the 3 in 1 in Christianity, even though they see, because in the religion, see, in all religion, we tend to differentiate between me and, we make these distinctions. So that's why we in Christianity, in the Bible in this case, in Christianity they say there's the Father, which is God, and then there's the Son, which is Jesus, and then there's the Holy Spirit.
Holy Spirit.
It's really, when you talk, that's really a misunderstanding of the Trinity.
No, but they do say that's God in 3
Yeah,
forms.
right, in 3, right. Yeah, they do say that too. Yeah. It's the 3 in 1. So the 3 in 1. So this is really the 3 in 1, in the sense that when we are enlightened, actually we are all 3. You get it? Or we can be. Yeah, we can. We are really all 3. So that's why the first one is our essence. So we're there. So we are there. So we are everywhere. You get it? So we're everywhere. You get it? I mean, we can be everywhere. Remember, lecture you always like to talk about, you expand your Buddha nature, right? When you're still, right? When you have no more thought, no more affinity, karma, your Buddha nature will, and you have to be still and pure. That it will expand, right? So it's like you are everywhere, right?
Well, the essence includes all the other two.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then the second one is just, it's just a different, you can say different manifestation of our Buddha nature, in the sense that it can be manifested in the spiritual realm, or what we call it, temporal, celestial heaven. Because there are many levels, right? Supposedly there's 30-something levels, 32,
33.
I don't know. That depends, yeah. And then the third, that's the Bao Sen, right? So we tend to view it, translation at the basic level. We say, oh, that's the reward. That's the reward. It means that if you do, good, good things, you do not return to absolute heaven yet, but you can at least go to the celestial heaven as a celestial being. Diva, right? Remember the 6 paths of 六道轮回, right? The 6 path. Asura is part of that. Asura is number 2. Asura is number 2. You get it? Asura is number 2. Alright? So, right? Okay. And then the third one just means the physical phenomenon, right? The physical form. So we say, right? Remember we say Buddha, right? Buddha can do everything, right? Remember Buddha? Okay, so Buddha, they could say they could transform tree. If you read the Buddhist tales, they say way back in history, him and Ananda, that's why they have a connection in that present life. But if you listen to the previous life, many cycles. Buddha said he was a tree. He could transform into a tree, and then Ananda was some kind of grass or weed underneath that tree. So they had a relationship. You know that? This is many cycles. Okay, kalpas early. That's what he said. All right. So anyway, so Nirmanakaya Huasen just means Buddha. Like remember this morning's class, Judy said lecture. You said that holy teacher, right? Could channel
In several places.
multiple temples at once. That's an example of Nirmanakaya. Because Buddha is already all of things.
over.
So Buddha can I would say do it. Almost like be anywhere, do anything at will, right? That's what Huasen is. So we should not think that say, oh, this Buddha is here, Buddha is there. Because we humans, we separate. We tend to say, right? Oh, holy teacher's essence is here, but then there's another essence there, right? We should not think of it that way.
Try to quantify.
I mean, because the Dharmakaya or
It's
the Buddha nature encompasses everything. So everything's within it. So it's not like being here or there.
Right,
It's everywhere.
that's what I'm
Okay?
saying,
So all the Sambhogakaya and Nirmanakaya are all within that. So there's
They're
no
subset.
There are subsets. I mean, they can't. Nothing's beyond
Nothing
this.
exceeds.
Nothing beyond this. out
大
there.
而无外，
Everything is
大而无
within
外
that Buddha nature.
大而无外，小而无内。
Actually, when we talk about like that diagram with the heaven,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
earth,
yeah.
and
We're
it's not
wrong.
like that.
We're really-
It's actually
yeah.
like this. This
We're
is like
really
the
wrong.
earth,
Yeah.
the celestial heaven, and there's the absolute. It's actually this
We're
way.
wrong when we do that
Okay, so
diagram.
we shouldn't show it as a
That's what I'm
separate
saying.
place.
Separate
Like a
places.
separate,
Yeah.
they're not equal. I mean, the absolute encompasses
Well, the
the
Dharmakaya-
celestial, and the celestial also
Yeah,
encompasses the physical.
right. The Dharmakaya is really it's the absolute and it's dimensionless.
Yeah, so
dimensionless.
I mean, but everything is within it,
Dimensionless.
contained within it.
Right.
Everything's contained within
Right.
it.
So 大而无外, right?
Yeah,
大而
right.
无外. That's
Nothing is beyond
nothing
it. Nothing is
beyond it.
Yeah.
And then 小而无内. It encompasses
Yeah,
even
everything,
everything within,
within.
which is Nirmanakaya, Sambhogakaya, etc. Right? Get it? Now you guys know what the three. You guys should know what that is. But it's all should be into one. Get it? We just look at this way because we are not enlightened yet, right? We don't understand what it means to be enlightened yet. When you're enlightened, it's all three. You get it? You have all three. Get it? Oh, okay. 我去看。我也在这里，我也在这里，在这里。
讲师傅，原来怎么？
Okay. Any question on the first one? Okay, the second term is Trayana. No, he's gonna go.
I don't need translation. And any translation.
可以哈。
Do
你们这里讲嘛，或许是很好。
so you guys have to translate in Chinese? No? Okay, the second one is the Dharma of the three vehicles, or Trayana. And it is broken down into small, medium, and large. The small one is called Hinayana.
So that's actually, Hinayana is actually kind of a derogatory term.
Yeah.
It's actually, it's looking down on those. I mean, it's
Looking
well,
down
it's
on
from
those-
the Mahayana
yeah.
point of view. They
Right,
view
right.
the other ones that really their
Yeah.
way. They view it as a smaller vehicle.
Yeah, they call this the small vehicle because the people in the Hinayana are kind of very strict in their practices. For example, remember the days of the Buddha when they would go and beg for their food? Okay, so they would go beg for the food, and then they will only be allowed to wear the clothes on their back. They do not have extra set of clothes to wear. So they are kind of very strict. Okay, so it is also called the Theravada. Okay, so the Theravada, they practice to aim to attain arhats, to become a lohan and arhat, because they feel that attaining Buddhahood is extremely difficult. Okay.
Yeah, that's true, but it's also because they feel, yeah, that's true, but it's also because they feel that for everybody, or most people, and unless you're Buddha, like Siddhartha, it's that, you know, because it's extremely difficult. So they say for now, for the practical, it's really a practical. For the practical way is for now, we try to go become arhats first, right? Okay, but here's the problem. Not a problem. Yeah, it's a problem. It's because, and this will lead into the second one. Okay, the Mahayana is that by focusing on that, they tend to that's one of the critiques of them, is that they tend to focus only on themselves, because that's what an arhat is essentially, and so they only focus only on how they cultivate individually, and they tend to ignore the everybody else pretty much. Everybody else is irrelevant. So that's kind of like, and it lends easily to people criticize them for being like kind of selfish. And that's the problem. That's why we say it's small vehicle. Okay, it's not that because they're not compassionate or they don't want to be enlightened. It just means that because of their focus, it becomes more to themselves. You get it? So that's why it's just called small vehicle in that respect. You get it?
Okay. So then the Mahayana is considered the medium vehicle because they are more open-minded. Okay, so they tend to cultivate to their main goal is to become a bodhisattva. Then we have the large vehicle, which is those that cultivate to become and achieve Buddhahood. Okay, so what they do is not only to achieve for themselves, but also to help all other sentient beings also to achieve Buddhahood. Any other comments? No, it's okay.
That's what this Mahayana too. I mean, Bodhisattva is the vehicle of the same thing.
It's to help others. Yeah, it's just that it's a question of, bodhisattvas, they say it's like intermediate because, because there are 53 levels or 52 levels, depending on how you look at it. But, like, Guan Yin, right, has been a bodhisattva for, I don't know how many kalpas, I don't know. But then it's only in, the last 80 years or something, when God, when basically, after the 18th patriarch, the Buddhas, God said, they're Buddhas, they are Buddhas. Just like the Buddha of the underworld, Siddhigarbha. Siddhigarbha was his bodhisattva name. So it just means, it doesn't mean that the middle path, that's why I don't like to view it as Theravada, Mahayana. Look at it this way. Really the three, another simple way is the three vehicles is the Xiao Sen is basically, as a practical matter, whether you're, you follow the Theravadic branch or the Mahayana branch, doesn't matter. As long as you just, your practice is, you just, chant the sutras, you observe the Cui Su precepts, I'm going to be vegetarian that day or whatever. And you visit the temple once, make annual offerings or whatever, give some to charity. That's really Xiao Sen. Because all you do is for yourself. I mean, yes, you help others, but your main concern is yourself. Your main motivation driver is just to do things for yourself, right? Okay, then the second level is a little bit more involved, meaning that, you not only do those things at the what I just mentioned earlier, first, but you also, let's say, I want to memorize the sutras. I want to chant the sutras every morning or every evening. That type of thing. That type of things. I want to be a staff member, whatever. Those type of things. You get it? Okay. So that's considered middle. Okay. That's good. I mean, so you earn some merit, some what we call which you will get to the ulo, the non-leaking merit, which we talked about a week ago, 2 weeks ago. You get it? The first one is basically all leaking there because it's basically gives you good karmic results or good karmic results, right? The small goal, the small vehicle. You get it? The medium vehicle means that you expand beyond that. You earn some true non-conditioned miracle. You get it? Non-conditioned, right? And then the third one is basically the instant enlightenment, which is the 顿法, right? 顿法, yeah. It's a 顿, right? It's a 顿法. So the first two are 见法. You get it? The first two are the gradual method.
Can we translate? Can we translate for Tiffany?
见法, yeah, Tiffany. The first two are 见法, 小跟中 is more or less 见法, 是见法. Okay? The third is 顿法. Right?
Oh, that's all you can say in Chinese.
Because that's
Sorry, Tiffany. He can do better. Okay. Then the fourth terminology is the sun. Did I skip one? Oh, here we go. The sun low, the three leakages. Okay, these are the outflows or currents that feed on the stream of mortality into samsara. Samsara is reincarnation, endless birth and death. Okay, so that means that we have to get rid of all our desires, get rid of all our attachments, okay, and all existence in the material phenomena and ignorance, okay, in order to become enlightened.
Yeah. This is very similar to the
three poisons.
Yeah, this is just broad. Okay, this is just broad. Because desires, what's one type of desire? Greed, say greed, avarice, whatever. Okay, so 欲是一种贪是一种欲 right? 一种欲 It's a type of desire, right? 贪是一种欲 So that's one. The second one, we say existence in the material phenomena. That what it means is just means, this is very broad. It just means anything that we have that are what can I say? That
Attachments.
well, no. It's more than attachments. It's just any type of thoughts, feelings, or anything.
Emotions.
Yeah, emotions. Yeah. Anything that is 有生有灭. You get it? 有生有灭. Anything, 任何东西有生有灭，就是有. Understand? 就是有. So you can say attachment is part of that, right? Because before whatever your desire was, you have no attachment. Then after a while, you get bored. So that's all 有生有灭. You get it? So rage is part of that. Conscious thought is part of that. Any emotions, passions is part of that. You get it? Because passions has a beginning and end. Rage has a beginning and end. Even happiness, joy, you get it? Pleasure, all that is 有. Understand? Okay, so that 这是都是有. Understand? 就是有生有灭, basically. And then the third one is, we say ignorance. That means, you don't understand your Buddha nature, or you don't know your Buddha. You're not aware, and you don't recognize your Buddha nature. That's what it means. Okay, so that's the opposite of the 痴 ignorance, right? 痴 贪嗔痴 ignorant. You get it? Okay, so these are very broad. You get it? Broad. These are broad categories. Okay, so these are three. So if we have any of those three guys, guess what? Will continue to reincarnate. Sorry, because you create karma. And why? Because you create karma. Okay, so that's why.
Okay.
因为我们造业 ，OK， 如果有这个三漏，我们一直会造业 ，you understand? Tiffany, you understand? 会造业 ，OK。
And then it mentioned here the Mahaparinirvana Sutra, the Nibbana Jing, and that sutra is basically telling that everybody has this Buddha innate Buddha nature within each sentient being, and that we have to get rid of ignorance and desires, and attachments in order to be awakened and for our Buddha nature to be revealed. Any addition to this? You want to add anything to this? Okay.
Anybody have questions?
Anybody have questions? Then the fourth term is called Sanjue. Sang Xue, San Xue, Sang Wu Lou Xue, the three outflow studies. These are the opposite of the previous term. Okay, so these are the threefold practice,
Or 3 pillars. They have
or the three pillars. Moral discipline. This includes the precepts, the meditation or dhyana,
Right, so
and the
that-
wisdom.
Right. Well, okay. So the first one is to offset or to change your what?
Desires.
Right. So if you have mental discipline, or right, or we say precepts. I mean, you can have, you follow certain practices, right? So by the monasteries, why don't they only eat one meal a day? Is so that they don't have the desire to be glutton, right, or something like that, right, or desires for the taste bud, right? Stuff like that. That's an example. So that's what we call moral discipline. You can say, 我们福归礼节. That's
Yeah,
part of that.
that's
福归
part of
礼节
that.
is number one. You get it? And the second one, we say di, right, or meditation, dhyana, whatever. It just means do not have a single thought arise. It means to calm your heart and mind, right? I mean, the most extreme, the highest level is that it's totally 寂静, right? I mean, that is total stillness, purely still. But that's number two, and that will cure what?
Cure
Number
the
two, existence.
yo.
Anything that we, any forms or any mental
Ma-
formations, any passions, any emotions, any thoughts. You get it? That's to cure that. You get it? And the number third, wisdom is obviously to cure the
Ignorance.
Ignorance. But that ignorance, that wisdom is what I explained in 2 weeks ago's class about what prajna means. It's your Buddha nature wisdom. Get it? That's a function. Because if you at number two, if you have the number two achieved, which is what? Perfect stillness. What remains? Yes, your essence. But its manifestation is the wisdom. Get it? It's the prajna. It's the Buddha wisdom. You get it? So it's not book learning wisdom. Get it?
It's part of like awareness.
It's Mingxing. It's Mingxing. It's Mingxing.
Yeah, and here they outline it and put into chart into the threefold,
Path.
like into the eightfold path. So for the virtue, the mind, and the wisdom. Okay, for the virtue, we have the 5 precepts of abstaining from taking, like thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not lie, steal, have sexual misconduct, or drink alcohol, or take drugs. Okay, then you have the right speech, action, and livelihood. Then for
Those are the precepts.
those are the precepts, the 5 precepts. Then for the mind, we have to have the right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration. And if we do the 万缘放下, the letting go of all affinities, do not let one single thought arise, that meditation, we can accomplish that. Okay. Then lastly, the wisdom, we have the right view and the right intention, and we have to know what the 4 noble truths are and believe in it, and we have to cultivate ourselves based on the right view and right intention, and then we can have the right wisdom of. Any questions? Okay.
Yeah, that's the
And
basic.
that's when awareness comes out.
Yeah, yeah, your wisdom.
Your wisdom
your
comes
awareness,
out.
Right, awareness. That wisdom is from the Buddha nature. That's the key. That's the key.
Any question on that? Okay. Then the last one is 四平, the 4 equanimities. This is that it means that we have to deal with everything with a clear and tranquil mind. We have to stay within the middle path for everything, including our thoughts, our speech, our action, everything must be in the middle. Do not go into the extreme of anything. Okay, that also includes no attachments to family or friends, like, oh, you are my friend, that is my enemy. Okay, so everybody is equal. There is no discrimination, no bias. So that's how we have to be in equanimity at all times. We deal with things with an ordinary, common mind, a regular, routine mind, a direct, straightforward, an adorned and natural mind, and a plain, simple mind. Okay, that's how we cultivate. Okay?
Yeah. Another way of saying is that, yeah, you don't want to go to extremes, right? Because then that's dualistic mind, right? So this is really considered like the middle path. Okay, that Zongyong, it's really the middle path. All right, you don't go to these two extremes, right? You know, like today we have very spicy food. Okay, that's one extreme, right? And you don't go to say totally bland either. You get it? So it's like, you know, I mean, it's in everything. It's not just how we treat people. It's all things, everything. Be it objects, be it views, ideas, tastes. Get it? All that. It's really cool. And that's really you notice, by using that, by using this method, you can say this is an approach, we will get closer
to our Buddha nature.
Our Buddha nature, right? The Buddha nature view. Because Buddha nature has no extreme view. You get it? Right? They don't say, oh, I like this or I hate this, right? They don't say that. You get it? So that's so it's really a middle path. That's a practical approach.
Any questions? Do you need translation? Can you translate into
平等
Chinese?
嘛，是平等，来平凡。这个平等就是说，不是光是说对待人，是对待 everything， 对待任何事，全部的世界的这个阴阳的世界的事，都要从这个对待。所以这个对待的意思就是说，这种的对待，这是一个方式，一个这个来，这是叫中庸。中庸就是这个，因为为什么？你不要偏两偏，就是说太过分或者太切散，对不对？这就不是平凡，就是平等，就任何都是它就是分离这个平凡、平常、平时、平淡。You get it? You know, right? 当然这些都有 overlap. You know, they have some overlaps. Okay, they're not. But we just it's like looking at it from four different 四个角度. You know, four different perspectives. You can say. You know, four right? You get it? Okay, 就是这样的意思。所以这也是这个就是中庸的方式的看法。Okay, make sense?
That's it.
因为
Okay.
你这样就不会有相对 or avoid 就会对不对？避免这个相对的，因为现在 look at today, look at the election. It's opposite. It's like extremes, right? You have extremes on either side. Nobody wants the middle. Nobody wants to compromise. Nobody wants to. You get it? So and that's how bad this is. I mean that's how bad our the U.S. the democracy quote unquote is. You know? Okay, so that's how. If you follow this, then you can avoid that current state, right? That I'm just using one example, but okay, get it? Make sense?
Okay. Anything else?
It also means our emotions too. Okay?
Yeah, your thoughts and emotions.
But
Yes,
I
Edison.
have to follow the extreme, like temple rules and regulations. I'm saying that the source we have to go.
Are they absolute? See, we gotta be careful because if you say, yeah, he says we always have to follow. That's true. But once again, even Holy teachers did say like, oh, we have to remember that 三十架, right? But sometimes, if let's say you are going to end up disturbing class or you three bows. You see it? You see what I'm trying to say? I mean, yes, we still have to follow the rules, but you can. How can I say? There's some degree of flexibility.
It depends on the situation
Right?
and the
There's some degree of
circumstance.
flexibility. Oh, you can just do the 3 bows or 4 bows, whatever. That's good enough. You get it? But it's not that always the case. It's not always the case. You get it? See, we always tend to always. We always use that word. Always. Everything's always.
It's extreme, but
Isn't that kind of like an absolutist perspective?
No, because I mean, you can say those rules and regulations are Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the principles are
Right,
absolute.
are true. Right,
Absolute, true or absolute. But when you apply, so that's like the essence and function, right?
Right.
So when you apply it, the function
It
can
depends
be
on the
many
situation,
different-
right.
It depends on the
I
situation.
see. But we're still applying it. So we say we're always applying it. But the problem is how you do it,
Yeah.
or how it's done. You get it? So it's that. Right? So it has elements of both.
Just
But
like-
once again, it's not extreme. Say, oh, you must always exactly do 1, 2, like this, like this, like that. Then in all situations, then that's extreme. Make sense? It's like, you know, like the Muslims say, oh, I don't care. In the middle of the war, oh, it's time to pray to Mecca. Okay, put down your weapons. And we get to do 1, 2, 3. I say, hey, you know, see, so that doesn't make sense, right? So not practical, right? Right? I mean, yeah, that's a joke.
But there are the rules that we are supposed to follow. Like we're supposed to do the offering between 5 and 7. So there's 2 hours cut off that
Yeah.
we have to do. We got to get up and.
Right, but I mean, if you're not home, if you don't get home by in time, then you don't get it.
Right, right.
I mean, it's
So you don't say, I drop everything, you know, I'm driving a car, and they say, oh, I'm going to pull off to the side of the road and then do whatever, I don't know, whatever you do, whatever it is that you do, whatever. See, so once again, these are very inflexible. These are very rigid, inflexible, and that's wrong.
Yeah, the Tao is not like
The
that.
Tao is not like Tao has infinite uses. Yeah, the principle is true. It's fixed. You can say it's fixed, but we can't describe it. Can't describe it.
Yeah,
but
but once
in
you-
its application, it's infinite.
Once you start breaking
Ramana
it
Kaya.
up, and it's like, oh, I can break. Oh yeah, coffee's okay. And I do that.
No. That's different.
But the thing is, Edison, the morning offering is the more important one.
Yeah.
The evening, it depends on what time you get home. If you're stuck at work, heaven knows. Okay, you can't fly home. It's your job. Okay, if you get there after 7, then you don't do the keto. You just 参加.
You don't have to do it late?
Well, I don't know if you have to do it, but you don't have to do the incense offering.
You don't?
No, if it's after 7, you don't do the incense offering. Okay, it's up to you if you want to keto
How come?
because it's 5 to 7.
To do the incense?
Yeah.
Is there a reason for...
Well, that's the time frame that Holy Teacher gave us.
So
Okay,
when you come home at 8,
if you come home at 8, you don't have
you don't
to.
usually do it?
No. Okay, right, Kai?
See what?
If you come home in the evening at 8 o'clock, do you still have to do the incense offering? Exactly. Do you have to do the keto or you just 参加?
No, you do the 参加.
参加, you don't have to do the keto.
Yeah, because it's past that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's no need.
Because my conscience bothers me, so I still do the
You can
keto.
do it if you want. You can do it. You can do it 24/7 if you want. But once again, that's an extreme. Isn't that an extreme?
Okay,
Isn't that
okay.
an extreme, right?
Okay, so Edison, you don't have to worry about the evening. It's more the morning. Okay, let's say you go on vacation. Okay, you don't have to worry about it. But before you go, you have to keto to Lamu, and the Buddha said, "I'm going on vacation from today on." Okay, and then when you come back, you 参加. Okay, you don't have to worry. Oh, I'm on vacation. I gotta fly home to do my incense offering. You don't do
Do
that.
it like what the Muslims do. They're on the plane.
Wait.
Okay, time to pray. All right, they break out their robe, the rug, the mat, and then they pick out their shoes and start blah 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 whatever.
Someone, I don't know. I don't know if it was you. Someone told me. I don't know if it was you guys, or maybe it was in New York, or maybe Transmitter Ray told me. I don't remember. They witnessed somebody that stopped the car. They're Jewish. They stopped the car right
Right,
at the corner. Who told me that?
I
You told me.
I think what I said was we are coming from Boston, and the principal is a Jew, so he got off the bus and he walked.
Oh, that's a different story.
Because see the Orthodox Jews, well certain Orthodox Jews, not everybody, but certain one group of Orthodox, they call it the Sabbath. See, according to the Bible, God rested on the Sabbath, so nobody can do anything. I don't care. You can't shave, you can't do anything. You can't cook, you can't. But
You
anyway,
just can't use any.
so you can't use any vehicle. So when the sun comes
Oh,
down,
really?
Yeah,
Every day?
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
you know, every week, every Saturday.
Saturday.
Oh, every Saturday.
Sundown. So
I think Transmitter Ray told me that.
Right, has a lot of Jews. So come Friday, come before 5 o'clock. There's a mass exodus of all those Orthodox Jews anyway. They gotta go home because otherwise
can't-
When the
you
sun
have to
down,
walk.
they're stuck.
You can
They have to
only
walk.
Yeah,
They can't.
and
Really?
it's
That's
extreme because
extreme.
he had to take out everything out of his pocket. He couldn't have nothing, no keys, nothing.
So where does he put his things?
Nothing. So he had some.
But did he leave it in the street?
No, before he got up, we were on a bus, on a
Oh, okay.
tour bus. So he had someone who living close by to take all
All
his
these
stuff
things. Yeah.
and bring it home and put it on his step. So after the time frame, he would go outside and take, because he couldn't even go and take it from that person because, you know, and we were still, so he walked across the bridge.
Wow.
Alright?
I mean, you have to admire the dedication, but once again, it's an extreme view, extreme application.
So Edison, don't complain about 5 to 7. This is even worse.
Yeah, so they're just following the word for word,
Yeah.
the scripture or whatever. Without, see, there's lack of wisdom.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, lack of wisdom, exactly.
Understanding the
Yeah.
true principle.
Right.
I mean, they're just following the word exactly.
Right.
as it is.
Exactly.
Following it
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, so that's not really getting to the real
Same thing
point.
with the Supreme Court. They say, oh, we gotta interpret the Constitution exact word by word. What's the true meaning? What is the true meaning? Bring Thomas Jefferson and these guys, John Adams, and bring them up. Bring them from the, I don't know where they are, and tell
From
them
the dead.
what it means. I mean, come on, these Supreme Court, and they pride themselves to be intellectuals and say, oh yeah, I studied the law, I studied volumes and volumes of law, more than you could study in many lifetimes. Oh yeah. So what's your interpretation? Idiots. I mean, these guys are supposed to be smart people. Supposed to be idiots. You get it?
So that's,
Once again, that's extremism.
Yeah.
See?
let me
We have to use your
something
wisdom.
about, thinking of that wisdom, and I also use awareness because it's kind of together. I mean,
Yeah, there's a
this
link.
aware- I
Yeah.
mean, I had the
The link.
experience like a few days ago. I come out of my apartment door, right, and then I smell this
Gas?
something like something burned, charred, right, in the hallway. I thought maybe someone on that floor, my floor, you know, burned something. Maybe the thing is burning. No one's home. I was afraid, you know, something's gonna catch fire. But anyways, it is when you called me to pick up the stuff. So I come out.
Oh, that was the day.
Yeah. So then I come downstairs, and then I come back to the temple, and sure enough, there's a fire. I mean, there's no fire. The stove, you know.
It's burning something.
Downstairs here?
Over here?
Yeah,
Yeah, the
the
kitchen.
stove, and so whatever was
Did
on
you
the-
do that?
Oh, the soup was burning.
Oh, God.
And so I turned it off. But it's interesting, I smelled it up on the
All the
seventh
way
floor.
up, yeah.
Which there's no.
Yeah, the smell goes up.
It doesn't go up there.
Yeah, but go 7 floors? That's
Yeah,
pretty
so
amazing.
It must be bad.
I didn't smell it as strong down here. And then after I put it out, whatever, I went back up and the smell wasn't there anymore.
Oh.
It was on the floor. So I thought, that's very interesting. The smell couldn't have gotten to the 7th floor. So it's like
No, what?
Your awareness.
Awareness.
Yeah,
Awareness.
yeah.
And you know,
Well,
even
like
though
I
I didn't know where it was, you know, but at least it made me look.
How do you know it wasn't the Buddha trying to give you a hint?
Yeah.
That's part of it. That's
Yeah,
part of it.
otherwise you'll be on fire,
We always
right?
say that it's actually your Buddha nature.
Yeah, it's your own Buddha.
It's
Nah,
not
your
like
own,
an actual
but-
Buddha was like
It's
talking
the
No,
about
no, no. See,
something
that's what we say.
burning.
That's
Okay.
sixth sense. We call it the sixth sense. It's your Buddha nature. That's sixth sense.
But
Is your
sometimes
Buddha.
it's
That
like a
awareness.
Buddha who's there, right? Who
Well,
like
I mean,
helps
It's
you.
you. It's you.
It's your own Buddha. Your own Buddha.
Your
Yeah.
Jiao won't
Buddha
come
nature.
down here and help us
There's
here.
only one Buddha nature.
We can't
We
say
still
no.
separate.
We quantify it.
Yeah,
There's
we
no-
tend to quantify, and that's a
Can't
mistake.
quantify the
Yeah, that's right.
nature.
That's right. Wu yi, you get it? Not one, not many. That we should not do that, right? We should not. We tend to quantify either it's one or it's many, you know. And isn't that extreme also? That's an extreme. You get it? So we should not. Don't think in those terms, because a lot of times, especially if you're brought up in a Western education, where especially you study the sciences a lot, that's the problem. We tend to fall into that trap. Right? Every time it becomes quantified, say, oh, it's either this, one, single, or plural, or multiple, and all that. And that's a mistake. That's a mistake. You get it? That's the wrong approach. Understand? So don't try to think like that. Oh, your Buddha nature, my Buddha nature. It's really one essence.
One.
It's all one. It's all one. Understand? Those are yi, right? Those are yi. He yi, right? Everything is he yi. Wu yi, wu ge yi, and wu yi. Yi means many, right? Yi, 很多, plural, many. One and many.
When
Don't
we
do
think
that.
of,
Yeah.
the Buddha, and me, and that's the other bodies, the Manakaya.
Right,
and then
right,
the,
right.
you
That's
know,
only at the third, yeah, the
it's
third level.
The Manakaya.
Yeah.
It's not talking about the there's only like Dharmakaya. There's only like
One,
I can't
all
say
right,
one,
like
but
one,
it's just
yeah.
it's oneness.
Yeah,
right?
oneness.
There's no separation between
Correct,
you and me, whatever.
correct.
There's no that's your Dharmakaya,
Dimensions,
my
yeah, there's no
Dharmakaya.
dimension,
There
no
isn't.
dimension.
It's
Yeah.
only in the other, the
The Nama and Sabokaya.
Sabokaya. That's where we distinguish.
Right, understand that?
So we say, oh, the Buddha maybe kind of give me a hint, but
Yeah.
it's really Dharmakaya.
You're at
is
one. If you're at one, it's you're everywhere. You get it? You're everywhere. You can see everything, hear everything, sense everything, feel everything, smell everything. It's scary thought. You know, it's hard to think of that way. It's hard because it's it's beyond our conscious mind. You get it? It's just like, how large is the universe? Infinite. It boggles the mind. See, so all this boggles the mind. You get it? It's really beyond our human conscious ability to grasp, to understand. You get it? Or to describe. Let's say. Understand? It's hard. I mean, it's hard. I agree. But at least this helps us understand. Oh, what Buddha nature is like. My God, it's this. It's like a God. It's like God. This. You're like God. That's how powerful. I mean, how amazing it is. We just don't see it that way, unfortunately, because we are so tied up, bound, right? The 6 knots, or bound by our passions, conscious thoughts. Get it? All that, right? We were bound by that. Okay.
Okay, are we done?
So that's called liberation.
Yeah.
Thank you. If I said anything wrong or if I did not cover this topic well enough, I ask God and all the saints of Buddha for their